Pablo night at Target Field. A nice evening, some cloudy skies above, temperatures comfortable, 71 degrees. Twins and the Yankees, game 2 moments away. Aaron Boone and the Yankees have won 8 of their last 10, and they are scoring a ton of runs during this run. And his starting lineup tonight is brought to you by Menards.
Very similar to what we saw last night. Volpe up at the top, Soto, Judge, Verdugo, Stanton, Rizzo, Torres. They switched the catcher out. Cabrera batting 9th. See how Pablo Lopez does navigating that lineup. Here's his stats, brought to you by Home Furniture. Start number 9 for Pablo. He's been rolling the last couple. Kind of looking like that guy we saw last year. Cy Young contender, ace. Take a look at that arsenal. The 4-seam fastball, second highest usage of his career. But he's got some good off-speed pitches to go with it. The sweeper been a lot better here recently. The changeup, just talked about that. That's going to be a big pitch for Pablo tonight.
Twins with some different guys out there here defensively for game 2. The Twins defense is brought to you by Ford, Kirilloff, Castro, and Kepler in the outfield. Miranda, Correa, Julian Santana, and Ryan Jeffers, after DHing last night, will catch Lopez here for game 2. Anthony Volpe had a good game last night. Gold Glove winning shortstop, leads off and takes a strike in 95 with that underway. From downtown Minneapolis, Volpe's hit safely in 7 straight games. Had 2 hits last night with an RBI and a double. Oh, 2. Pablo striking out about 11 batters per 9. He's had impeccable command, only 8 walks issued all year. Start and did not go, and there's that curveball. Why do you think the curveball was used as much as it was for Lopez last time out, Bert?
Just thinking about that, and I know early in the season he was searching for the sweeper, much like he did early in the 2023 season. Curveball's been a pitch that he's used more often, but we saw that from Paddock last night too.
Reaching here and pops it up. And Jeffers in front of the plate. Santana's going to take charge as he grabs it, navigating his teammates. Also that bat that was about 10-15 feet up the first base line. So Santana took charge, 1 down. Watch here as Volpe popped it up. Some contact there, Jeffers and Volpe. And then Santana clearly made the call.
I don't think you ever saw that bat though.
So now Juan Soto.
You know,
changeup.
I thought Paddock last night using the curveball as opposed to the slider more just a slower pitch, trying to slow the Yankees swings down a little bit, make the fastball jump a little bit more.
Slicing foul, Miranda chasing on the warning track and just out of room as he found that railing near the camera well. And 0-2 on Soto. See the numbers these two have met in the past, and Soto has had success. 3 homers, 3 doubles. Juan Soto just 25 years old and a free agent to be at season's end.
Find me a guy that he hasn't had success against.
0-2 here in the first. So a fastball there that was nowhere near the plate, and Soto is just pummeling fastballs this year. Of his 9 home runs, 7 have come off of fastballs.
Well, and I think any fastball to Soto, it may be inside corner up. We saw Paddock do that last night. Kind of popped one in there for a called strike. The swing and miss for Soto up and away, and that's where he's not going to hurt you as bad.
Beat him down the middle at 95. Soto has more walks than strikeouts. Strikes out here his first at bat. 2 down.
Well, this is a good spot just on the inner half. dangerously close to the middle, but there is a hole in Soto up in the zone. It's more away, but we saw him get an ugly swing. Paddock get an ugly swing from him last night. Slider up and in.
Judge launches this one towards the upper deck, and that one is gone. Third deck home run for Aaron Judge. 466 feet. His 11th, and the Yankees strike first. It's 1-0.
113 off the bat at 30 degrees. That's about as barrely as you can get. First pitch fastball.
7th home run allowed by Lopez. 4 of those have come in the first inning.
Well, he was right on time. Sitting on that first pitch fastball. He did not miss it.
So 2 down now. Verdugo hits that one well to right. Kepler will turn. That's going to be in play, and that's going to find the wall. And Verdugo is going to make second base. So hard contact, first pitch swinging Judge, and now Verdugo follows. And this Yankee first continues.
Well, Pablo's really good when you get to 2 strikes. As good as anybody at getting a strikeout when he's got the opportunity. So they're going to try to get to him early. It was a fastball to Judge, fastball to Verdugo. 2 good on-time swings.
Let's see if Stanton gets something other than a first pitch fastball here. He does.
Probably a good choice.
Stanton forever. He never leaves the batter's box. Even on a pitch like that, both feet stay in the entire time. He homered last night, has 9 on the year.
Giving himself some extra time. That back foot almost out of the back of the box.
One and 2. Stanton will strike out. 34% strikeout rate. That is well over league average. But look at those numbers with runners in scoring position on the Valley Bar. One upstairs, and Stanton fought it off. An Aaron Judge home run. Yankees on the board. Verdugo at second. Lopez to Stanton. Cued weakly. Santana will feed Lopez, and the inning is over. But Aaron Judge makes a difference, and that young girl sitting at the third deck wondering, hey, am I going to get a foul ball or a home run? Yes. Aaron Judge now with 11 career home runs off Twins pitching. And the Yankees strike first. Rocco Baldelli. You see, sitting on 399 managerial wins. Eddie Julian atop the lineup tonight. And it's brought to you by Menards.
Yeah, the lefty's back in there tonight. Jeffers goes from the leadoff to the 3-hole. Correa from 2 to 5. Couple of righties in there here tonight against the sinker baller, Marcus Stroman.
Veteran, 33 years old, signed a 2-year deal. Line to left. Verdugo positioned perfectly on a sinker, and Julian good contact, but finds the Yankee left fielder. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out.
Start number 9 for Marcus Stroman. His stats brought to you by Home Furniture. First 2 starts of the season really good. 6 shutout in both. Been a little bit more of a struggle for him since. Sinker, slider, main 2 pitches. Slider, his strikeout pitch, 2-strike pitch.
Trevor Larnach took Marcus Stroman deep here. Last year it was Mother's Day Sunday. Stroman as a Cub, and Larnach hit a long home run out to right. And Stroman did not enjoy his time at Target Field Mother's Day last year. 2 2/3, gave up 6 runs on 7 hits. Twins went on to beat Chicago 16-3. And it's 1-2. What Stroman has been doing very well this season inducing ground balls, among the higher ground ball rates of any starter in the game, certainly in the American League.
Sinker, slider, cutter. When they're thrown well, thrown in the right spot, all three of those are ground ball pitches. And yeah, that's what he's trying to do. He's also trying to get you to chase.
The center, and Judge drifts back a few steps. And there are 2 down. Speaking of Marcus Stroman, not just as a Cub, but wherever he's been, the Twins have seen him in the past and done well as a team. As we go in the driver's seat, brought to you by Hyundai. Stroman, his highest ERA against any one opponent. And the Twins are right there near the top, pushing 6, second only to Texas. Head-to-head lifetime. Ryan Jeffers hit a leadoff home run last night, first of his career. Leads the team in homers, RBI. He's also pacing the American League in slugging. He's tied for first in the American League in extra base hits with Houston's Kyle Tucker.
They're going to have to lay off that slider out of the zone. That's a pitch he throws in the zone about a quarter of the time. Just right around half the league average. That's a better take there. Oh, man.
Went that time, says Paul Clemens.
Get a look at that. I thought he held up there. Stroman, everything he's trying to do is weak contact out of the zone. One could have gone either way.
But this one over the middle, and Jeffers to center. Judge back near the wall, has a play and makes the catch as Ryan Jeffers just missed, tying this game up.
1-0 Yankees to start the second inning here at Target Field. And after the loss last night, Chris Paddock talked about some conversations he had throughout the game with Pablo Lopez, saying that Pablo was telling him what he was seeing and reminding Paddock to stay focused and confident, and that if he does that, things are eventually going to level out, regardless of what the results were against a very good lineup like the Yankees. Well, I talked to some of the other pitchers about that today, and Bailey Ober said that is exactly why Pablo Lopez, as a teammate, is so much more than what you see on the mound. The example he sets with who he is as a person, the way he lifts everyone up, the way he truly wants everyone to succeed and will do whatever he can to help make that happen, says it sets a standard in that clubhouse where you can't help but want to be like him. And that's just the valuable part of the equation with Pablo Lopez. The clubhouse stuff, the leadership stuff, the stuff we see on the mound, it's all encompassing of who he is as a Minnesota Twin. And guys, you know, we heard about that cohesiveness so much last year, the respect that was evident throughout the starting rotation. But Sonny Gray was a big part of that. And some of the guys I talked to today mentioned that Pablo Lopez certainly was a leader last year, but they haven't felt like there was a hole that needed to be filled, because Pablo has always been a leader. And now he has just continued to do that any way possible he can to help this rotation have that cohesiveness that we saw so much last year.
You know, Audra, of course, he was the mastermind behind the fishing vest last year, which was a big hit following any home run. And he has something else in mind for this season. And, you know, he told me earlier in the year that it was delayed. I tried to order it. And he mentioned to me in Toronto over the weekend that whatever he has in mind, it has arrived. The problem is right now the sausage is taking center stage. And this celebration has happened organically. And it's become such a fun moment for the Twins as a team. But he still has whatever his plan was to follow up on the vest for this year. It has arrived, but for now, that piece of meat,
look at that thing.
That thing is staying inside that dugout for the foreseeable future.
Well, and guys, that's the thing with Pablo Lopez, right? He's not about to ruin the good juju and mojo or whatever you want to say surrounding the summer sausage. He's okay putting his idea and his celebration, you know, on the back burner right now. He's not about to mess things up. But when the time comes when they are in need of something, you know, Pablo Lopez is the guy who's going to step up and make sure that there is something else to celebrate. And so, yes, there are some people who know what that new celebration is, but we've been sworn to secrecy.
Nice. Okay.
But, you know, guys, I will say the other thing that I thought was interesting is I talked to Kyle Farmer about Pablo Lopez, and he also said one of the things that he loves about Pablo is he's not afraid to talk to the hitters. You know, he's not a guy that's like, okay, I'm a pitcher, I'm not going to talk hitting. No, if he sees something in his teammates at the plate, he'd be like, hey, you know, if I was facing you, This is what I'm seeing, so you might want to make an adjustment. Kyle Farmer says sometimes even just that outside kind of thought process can be a huge benefit to have somebody like Pablo Lopez, who's one of the smartest minds in the game.
Yeah, that he is. Audra, thank you. Jose Trevino, the batter, he's been red hot, part of this Yankee catching tandem. He's hit safely in 14 straight starts. His batting average over 400 during this run. One on, one out. Twins down one, top two. To right and down, a base hit. Shot that fastball the other way, and Torres will stop at second base. So Lopez doesn't give up too many 0-2 hits, surrendering one there. And the Yankees have two on, leading by one here in the second. Sundays are Kids Days at Target Field, presented by Target and Gillette Children's. Check out Bullseye's Backyard and the Gate 34 lawn for interactive games, face painting, and so much more. Plus, kids 12 and under are invited to run the bases after the game. For tickets to Sunday fun, head to twins.com/tickets. Oswaldo Cabrera, switch hitting, third baseman. Takes a curveball outside for ball one.
Back-to-back 0-2 base hits. Torres, a sweeper. Trevino, a fastball. And last 2 weeks, Pablo Lopez, 64% of his two-strike counts ended in strikeouts. It's got to be a little better, a little more fine. Try to get them to get out of the zone. Expand the zone with two strikes, especially when you're up 0-2.
Cabrera 2 hits last night in 3 at-bats. And doesn't bite on the changeup. The Yankees do not have the services of veteran infielder DJ LeMahieu right now. He's on the IL with a bad foot. So Cabrera's a valuable part right now. Caught the corner, 2-2.
Thank you.
Aaron Boone in his 7th season. Line towards right. That'll land over Julian, base hit. Torres will be held as Kepler gets it back in. And the throw pulls Jeffers up the third base line. Some more two-strike hitting. 3 straight two-strike hits, and the Yankees load them up as this lineup now turns over.
Changeup. Just caught too much of the plate. Get that down and away. That ball's on the ground to the right side.
Infield in. Volpe has great speed. To shallow center field. Racing in. Castro will make the catch. And he forgot how many outs there were. He throws it back in late, and a run scores. Castro thought that was out number 3. He's had a rough go in center, folks, in this series, and now the Yankees lead by 2.
Well, and there's physical mistakes and there's mental mistakes, and a couple of a misjudged fly ball last night, a banana route, a bad route on one. There's been 2 mental mistakes in this series, and it was last night on a base hit up the middle, ball that he misjudged. Ended up kind of nonchalantly taking the ball out of his glove, dropped it. That allowed the runner to get to second base, Soto. And then right there, got to know how many outs there are.
You got a chance, momentum coming in. You know, with Torres coming home, you got a chance to make that throw in to deny this guy batting right now. Glenn, Juan Soto hitting, well, already down 2.
Torres made no effort to go first to third on the base hit by Trevino, and then I think there he's staying. He made no effort to score on the Cabrera single as well. He just went second to third, so he's not trying to take an extra base. He's not being aggressive out there. I don't think he runs on that normally.
And plus, you know, Soto batting too. You don't want to make that third out at the plate and deny, right? Soto hitting here in the second.
It's with it, you know, like you said, that's a shallow fly ball by Volpe. All the momentum coming in. Castro does have a strong arm, and so I think it's a bluff. See where the throw goes. And Pablo could have had a chance to get out of this inning without giving up a run.
Another 0-2 count. Can Lopez put him away? And the pitch is sent in the air to right center, playable for Castro. And that is the inning. And you see Willie frustrated right there. He just spun around and chucked that one almost out of the ballpark. Willie Castro clearly frustrated after the third out and raced right down the stairs, and this was the final out. And look what happened here. He just turned around and just unloaded on that ball, hit the Pepsi sign, and then ricocheted out of the stadium.
Yeah, not a great look. And like I said, you can handle physical mistakes. That's going to happen. We're all human, but the mental mistakes are the ones that eat at the manager, coaching staff. Those are avoidable.
As Kepler yanks it foul. Now, Max saw his 14-game hitting streak come to an end last night. Did not start, came in late to pinch hit and struck out in the 7th inning. And with that, his hitting streak ended with that one at bat late last night. Stroman, a two-time All-Star, won a Gold Glove in 2017. Signed a 2-year deal this offseason with an option for 2026. Broken bat to right. This one favoring near the line, but Soto is there to make the play. One down. Speaking of Juan Soto and right, the New York defense tonight is brought to you by Ford. Judge and Verdugo round out the corner and center fielder. The infield of Cabrera, Volpe, Torres, and Rizzo, and Jose Trevino is behind the plate tonight for Stroman after we saw Austin Wells last night. Correa, good numbers lifetime against Stroman, 5 for 10, a double. Swung the bat well last night. Some tough outs despite hard contact. Part of Correa's line in the Game 1 defeat.
Well, he didn't miss a beat coming off the IL.
That's the one you were talking about, the one that Jeffers chased last inning. That slurve that Correa did not.
Yeah, the breaking ball, and he throws 3 different ones. He's got the slurve, slider, cutter, but he just doesn't throw them in the zone.
Castro is on deck.
It's easier said than done, but you see spin. Unless you're 2 strikes now, Correa's got to protect. But if you see spin, it's likely not going to be in the zone. So if you can, try to wait as long as you can.
Volpe can't handle this one. And Correa's on. Left to bat at nearly 103. A hard hit ground ball. Volpe to the backhand side. The Gold Glover could not make the play. And the Twins have a base runner.
He beat it into the ground, but he did hit it hard. First opportunity to field a ground ball for the Yankees here tonight. Ground ball or Marcus Stroman, first 4 guys fly out. He needs those plays to get made behind him.
Will be charged with an error, and now Castro hits it hard and foul. This one towards the Pablo section in that right field corner. 6-game hitting streak. What about harnessing emotions now? Because we clearly saw Willie frustrated the last half inning.
Yeah, and I was just thinking that you can't come up there and try to get those runs back at one time. Stick with your approach. And he's done a really nice job cutting down on the swing and miss, the strikeout, the chase. And you know that he's frustrated. He cares. There's no question about that. But you just can't let what happens in the field carry over to the plate and try to do too much.
Shinpad came off on that cut. You're not kidding about the strikeout rate. 26% Just above league average entering play tonight. He was in the mid-40s the first couple of weeks of the season.
Well, and him getting hot, there's been a couple of guys, but he's been a big part of this run they've been on, both sides of the plate.
So the wOBA for Castro above league average with his extra base skill set, and has popped up here at the start. Full count. Stroman is walking almost 5 batters per 9.
Well, he's got the 3rd lowest strike rate in baseball. Under 60% of his pitches are in the strike zone.
Correa stays 3-2 and got a piece of that splitter. Santana is on deck. This is Castro's first ever at bat against Marcus Stroman. Nice job. Draws a walk. So the error, now a walk, and the Twins have action. Only one out. And here comes Carlos Santana, who has seen Stroman more than any other Twin. 26 lifetime at bats with 6 hits.
Really good at bat by Willie Castro. As we were talking about him not trying to do too much. Good patience. See if Santana can deliver.
Santana's hit safely in 5 straight. 3 homers, 8 knocked in during this 5-game run. Just got that pitch off in time. That timer was down to 1. Correa at second, Castro at first. Only 1 out, Twins down 2. And Santana chased the slider and strikes out on 3 pitches. First strikeout for Stroman.
Now that slider never really even close to the zone. We've seen Santana more or less locked in here the last couple of weeks. He did not see that one.
And now Alex Kirilloff, just 2 for his last 30. That covers his last 12 games. And Kirilloff has been pulling the ball a bit more. Ground ball rate has climbed.
Well, he can get that sinker away, middle away, go the other way with it. See if Stroman stays in on him. If I'm pitching to Kirilloff, I'm going to make him try to pull the ball. Much as we've seen him hit, he likes to let the ball get deep. That left center field gap down the left field line is kind of where he's looking to hit the ball.
You saw that note. You see it there on the Bally bar. Look at Kirilloff last 2 seasons on fastballs away. Among the best in baseball slugging. Power the other way on fastballs towards the outside part of the plate. He hasn't even challenged him on the outside during this at bat.
Yeah, and I don't think we'll see even now. Stroman, when he's behind in the count, it's sinkers. That's what he's going to use to get himself back in. Feels like he can get a ground ball in any count with it. I don't think we'll see one here.
Full count. Runners will be off. A start. Don't think he went. Did not. And Kirilloff draws a walk. And the bases are loaded for Jose Miranda. Pitching coach Matt Blake out for a mound visit here in the second.
Nada. Strong wrist. See if the Twins can take advantage. 2 walks, an error, got an extra out. One good swing from Miranda.
Jose Miranda does not have a grand slam yet in his big league career. The Twins as a team, this has been a troubling spot. Despite all the solid offensive numbers to start, the Twins only 4 hits all year with the bases loaded. As a team, hitting 133 with the bases loaded, 4th lowest of any team in the game. And Miranda fooled. Miranda 0 for his last 10. The batting average with the bases loaded. To short. On a knee, Volpe will feed second, and the inning is over. Twins make some noise, don't score, and lead 3. Yankees by 2 after 2. Suit up for the season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of official jerseys, caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and so much more. Gear up with your Twins right now at MLBshop.com. Aaron Judge homered on a first pitch fastball in the first inning. Sees a first pitch breaking ball that missed inside.
Longest home run at Target Field this season, 10th longest in Target Field history. 466 feet.
Look at the call there on the outside corner. Well, we've seen now 2 visiting players reach that 3rd deck in a short amount of time. Cal Raleigh with Seattle in town in the last homestand. He went up there with a home run. That was a grand slam. And now Judge did the same here. He's reached base safely in 12 straight games. Two and two as we go back to the first.
First pitch fastball. Judge is right on it, middle up. 467 feet. It's off by a foot, my estimation.
Well, I was reading the ribbon board in left center. That said 466.
Yes.
But then, almost like StatCast corrected itself, added one more.
Tomorrow it's going to be another foot long.
2-2, full count. Judge was named the captain of this Yankee team before the start of 2023. Right center field. Castro over, racing, will turn. That's going to be off the wall. Judge will try for 2. The throw to second base is going to be close. Not in time. Yeah, Twins played that well. Castro played the bounce, quickly back in. Julian caught it, got the tag down, and for now Judge is safe and the Twins will not challenge.
Well, two-seam fastball. Trying to get in, didn't get in quite enough. Judge, nice job inside out. Really, really well played by Willie Castro, and there's that strong arm. So close.
Strike 1 to Verdugo, so Judge a homer, now a double. Acquired from the Red Sox in the offseason. Originally with the Dodgers, traded from LA to Boston. The Mookie Betts trade a while back. That's foul, and Verdugo, he could be a free agent as well at the end of the year. He's 27. And a guy that has feasted off Twins pitching forever. He's reached base safely in all 22 games against the Twins. So left-handed hitter splits up the two righties, and Judge and Stanton in the lineup. Line to left, slicing foul. Pablo has one strikeout so far tonight.
It's waiting for him to go down and in with a breaking ball. Went curveball there. Just the way Verdugo swings, seems like he's a guy you could get the shorter, quicker breaking ball down and in on him, get him to swing over the top.
If you break up Lopez and his strikeouts to the sides of the plate against left-handed batters, Lopez has recorded the most strikeouts with his four-seam fastball against lefties.
Well, he doesn't love his sweeper to lefties.
Base hit to right, and Judge will be held. So a 6-pitch at bat. And Lopez got ahead 0-2, but then we saw Verdugo foul a few off, prolong the at bat, and now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Went to the changeup after a breaking ball. Just didn't get it out there. Verdugo able to reach out. Kind of what we saw him do last night, just battle, 2 strikes. Not hard contact, but good enough.
Went upstairs, and Stanton went after it, 0-1. Broke his bat, but has a base hit to left, and that will score Judge. The second Verdugo, 3-0 New York. 3 straight hits, and the Yankees have their 3rd run.
Second straight inning with 3 straight hits. He sawed him off. Good sinker. In off the inside corner, but the guy's just too strong.
Yankees now 3 out of 5 so far tonight with runners in scoring position. And here's Rizzo. Chance to get 2. Julian second for 1. Correa's return. There you go. Double play. Verdugo down to 3rd, but the Twins pick up 2 outs on 1 pitch.
Take it. Nice turn by Julian. Long throw. Right on target to Correa, and of course Correa's throw directly in the chest of Santana.
There's Gleyber Torres. Torres, before this series began, his numbers were down, hence where he's been hitting in this lineup. When he's going right, he's closer to the top. He has 3 hits in this series and 6 at bats. Yet another player in this Yankee lineup that could depart via free agency at season's end. And he's only 27. And this has been a common sight tonight. Lopez has been ahead, right? We haven't seen many 2-0 counts or 3-1 counts.
No, he's done a really good job of getting ahead, getting to 2 strikes. This Yankee team, they just don't swing and miss.
Like, that is a pitch. How many hitters chase? Most of them
yeah,
go after that.
Yeah, the Yankees as a team, they swing and miss 23% of the time, which 4th best in the American League. And when they don't chase, I mean, that's 2 really, really good pitches. A breaking ball just off the outside corner, barely takes the bat off his shoulder. A changeup right below the zone, in the zone for a long time, and not even really an attempt at a swing.
Popped it up. Shallow right, Kepler in. And Kepler has it to end the inning. Yankees add 1 more. On 3 hits, they leave a man. Twins down 3 coming up in the home 3rd. Twins baseball on Valley Sports is brought to you by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the Twin Cities. 3-0 Yankees. The Yankees have scored in every inning so far tonight. Second time through now for the Twins lineup against Marcus Stroman. Eddie Julian lined out to left to begin play for the Twins here tonight. Hope you had a chance to watch Twins live before the game tonight, and a wonderful visit. Julian, and there's a base hit to right in between Rizzo and Torres, and Eddie's thinking too he's going to make it as this ball finds the wall, and Soto now gets it back in. Leadoff double to begin the 3rd inning, and there's a start. But we had a session where Julian went through his pregame routine with the birthday boy Justin Morneau, and we both thought that was interesting insight with how this guy prepares for a game.
Yeah, really interesting stuff. In that first at bat, the fastball went the other way with it, and he's catching that pitch late. Pulls this one, and as Justin and Eddie talked about, that's a pitch you hit out in front of home plate right there. Eddie rips it into the corner. They had him shaded toward the right center field gap a little bit. Soto not able to keep that ball from getting to the wall. Yeah, it was really interesting seeing where he puts the tee, kind of what his process is for getting on top of the ball, getting his legs underneath him.
Low strike. Larnach has it safely in 14 of his 19 games. Since coming up. Larnach has clobbered fastballs, but just 1 extra base hit so far this season on either a breaking ball or what you just saw there, splitter / changeup.
Yeah, recognizing that pitch is going to be the next step in his development. Done a better job with the breaking stuff this year than he has in the past. But that changeup, splitter, kind of anything that looks like a fastball that isn't, is the recognition, I feel like, is getting a little better, but he's still swinging and missing. So it's the recognition in the zone that he's not quite there. I feel like he's laying off more of them out of the zone.
Trevino sets up off the outside corner, and Larnach can't hold back. And there's a big out there, so Julian stays at second base, 1 down. As Ryan Jeffers is coming up, tonight's Coors Light beating the pressure. Ryan Jeffers last 7 games, 7 hits, 5 home runs. OPS approaching 1,200.
He's feeling it. Catcher, DH, doesn't matter. Batting leadoff, batting third. Come on.
Another low strike.
Tough to hit Marcus Stroman when he's getting an inch below the zone.
Jeffers sent one just shy of the wall in center. The Judge caught back in the first inning. Jeffers against right-handed pitching is slugging over 650, second best of any hitter in the game against righties. Chops this one down the line, off the body of Rizzo. He'll recover and feed Stroman, who is off the bag. Julian to third, and for now, Jeffers is safe. But Stroman was indicating towards his dugout to take a look. Timer at 3, down to 2.
Clock just ran out, and now Boone says he wants to look at it.
The crew chief is the second base umpire, Andy Fletcher. And Fletcher first on the mic, or now Rocco is going to come over and chat.
Rocco's going to come out and say that clock ran out. The clock ran out. It turned off before Boone signaled that they wanted to take a look at it.
The home plate umpire, Jansen Visconti, he went over to the Yankee dugout to chat with both Aaron Boone and Brad Awesome as part of their coaching staff. But Rocco's conversing right now with the crew chief, Andy Fletcher.
They need a replay for the replay. Yeah, Boone was a second or two after the clock ran out.
And the timer goes, you have 15 seconds to challenge. And if that timer expires too late, I don't think Rocco's giving up this fight just yet, but at some point, Fletcher's going to say, hi, this is the decision. And unlikely to change.
New York is challenging the safe call at first base.
So Stroman.
Yeah, got his foot on the base. Back of the glove. Man.
The Yankees challenging the call at first base. For now, Jeffers safe. Lance Barksdale and James Hoy, the replay umpires, looking at this in Midtown Manhattan. And I believe we have a call coming up.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. Runners out. New York retains their challenge.
So 2 down. And now it's up to Kepler. As Boone is getting clarification about something. Twins now 0 for 4 so far with runners in scoring position. Let's see if Kepler can change that. I should mention that some of these lower strikes that are being called, Jose Trevino behind the plate is among the best framers in the game. And that matters.
Well, he's stolen a couple tonight. The first pitch to Kep on our box had it as a strike, just clipped the zone, but we've seen a couple edges of the plate and below.
No balls and 2 strikes. And a run-saving stop there from Trevino. Stroman about to throw his 50th pitch. Lopez is at 55 through 3. And now Stroman steps off. That counts as a disengagement. Now the 1-2. Julian began the inning with a double. Larnach struck out. Jeffers bounced out, moving Julian to third. Correa hoping for a chance, needs Kepler to reach to prolong the inning. In the air to left center, and Verdugo will make the play, and the Twins squander a leadoff double and strand Julian. Let's get you caught up by Toyota. Aaron Judge with a third deck home run of the first and got the Yankees going. And then the Yankees offense, 8 hits, 5 of those have come with 2 strikes. Twins down 3 as we start the 4th. And strike 1 on Trevino. It's a fair ball. Miranda in front of the bag. Good play. That's a throw that Miranda was just not cleared medically to even make when spring training opened up, coming off October shoulder surgery. But no ill effects really with Miranda. Watching him defend,
I think you could say that his arm is feeling pretty good. That's not a play that needs to get made in that manner. The wrong foot sidearm throw. He could have set his feet. Trevino barely running to first base, but he feels good. Good sign.
Oswaldo Cabrera singled off a changeup with 2 strikes in the second. This is punched to left, shallow. Kirilloff coming in, and there are 2 down. So Anthony Volpe will bat, but first we step out and hear this message from Blaze Credit Union.
Dan Stoltz here with Tony Oliva. You're a Hall of Famer. You've blazed a trail, and that's what we want to do at Blaze Credit Union.
100% Blaze is Minnesota. Go Blaze!
Quickly 2 down. And now Volpe. He's popped out, and a sac fly RBI. He scored the second New York run. Debuted last year. Born in New York, raised in New Jersey, grew up a huge Yankee fan.
No pressure.
Not at all. Saw him hit his first big league home run against the Twins off Louis Varland in the Bronx last season. So far, an 8-pitch inning for Lopez. Got him. There's a chase and a strikeout, and that's the inning that Pablo needed. A 9-pitch, 1, 2, 3, 4th. What's coming up, trailing by 3 in the 4th. Enjoy a day at the ballpark in the Tick Pick family section. Tickets in this alcohol-free section include a hot dog and Pepsi. Tickets can be found right now at twins.com.
Survived another one.
Yep. Correa, Castro, Santana. Twins only have 1 hit. Correa reaching on a fielding error. New York shortstop Anthony Volpe. Stroman, before tonight, his last 6 starts, his ERA was over 5. Aaron Boone was talking about Stroman in the Yankee dugout before the game tonight about this recent run, and it's 1-2. He said he's avoided the back-breaking hit, a high strand rate. Mentioned that with Carlos Rodon last night, and the ground ball percentage has helped him avoid a crooked number.
Yeah, and that's kind of. One of them is a little more luck-based. Stroman's always been a guy that gets ground balls. And stranding runners, there is an art to it, but you typically, for sure, you're going to regress to your career average. Most guys end up somewhere around league average, and so due for a little regression in that sense.
We'll get into something here momentarily about Stroman that I think you can help explain better than most. Up the middle and into center field, a base hit. So the Twins have the leadoff man on for the 2nd straight inning. Correa punches one up the middle.
That's shortening up with 2 strikes. Nice piece of hitting right there. 104 off the bat, right back up the box.
So now Willie Castro had a 7-pitch plate appearance before walking in the 2nd. And strike 1, they call the outside corner. Now Stroman's ERA entering his start tonight was in the high 3s. Not bad at all. Competitive. But if you take a different look at another number about his season, it I think tells a different story. If you look at his FIP, his fielding independent pitching, stuff that a pitcher truly controls, strikeouts, walks, hit batter, home run, it balloons over 5. So separate the two there. Why his ERA is under 4, but the FIP is over 5. Castro lofts one to left center, and Verdugo grabs it 1 down.
High walk rate, low strikeout rate. That's the first thing. So a ball's in play. Fielding independent pitching eliminates balls in play. So it's more or less like you said. It's home runs, walks, and strikeouts. And so typically you look at a guy like Stroman, elevated walk rate, lower strikeout rate. It's the numbers will tell you that it's not sustainable to keep an ERA where he's at based on more or less his walk rate. And so when guys are on base, you can pitch around that, and that's where, like, there's guys that consistently either underperform or overperform their FIP. And if there's a guy that's going to overperform the FIP, it would be a ground ball pitcher, because you can you can limit the damage that can be done by putting guys on base, by getting ground balls, getting double plays, things of that nature.
Oh, another low strike. And Santana upset there, shaking his head. Instead of a 2-1 count. Correa's at first. And he buried that one. Yeah, you mentioned Stroman, that the high walk rate, he's at 12%, league average 8%. And I think too, you can work around that high walk rate if your strikeout rate is 30%. But
yeah,
if you're
so,
just under league average where Stroman is 21%, that plays into it too.
But that's why I say he can outperform his FIP, because he gets ground balls, because those walks aren't hurting him in the same way that the numbers would tell you that they are.
And that FIP that he's posting right now, that's a career high. So this has not been the norm even for Stroman. Full count to Santana. Slices one to left center field, in the gap. Verdugo, Judge in the alley. It's Verdugo again, running it down for out number 2.
That being said, Marcus Stroman throughout his career, 1,300, almost 1,300. Well, he's at 1,350 innings pitched now in his career, counting tonight. But before tonight, 1,346 innings, 366 ERA, 367 FIP.
Yeah, that tells a really
so
good picture there.
You can beat it in a smaller sample size. Right. But you give it enough time, and typically those things are going to come together. And there's always anomalies, there's always outliers. But in his case, it's kind of what he has been, and now his FIP better than it is this year for his career.
0-2 on Alex Kirilloff, who walked his first time up. Kirilloff just one extra base hit this month. That was a home run. In Chicago back in early May.
His home run to fly ball rate 22%, so that's over double league average. Line
to center, and Judge is there, and the inning is over. The Twins again put the leadoff man on, but do not score. Down 3 after 4. Yankees by 3 as we move to the 5th. It's a party in the 612 every Saturday here at Target Field. Enjoy $6 draft beers, $1 sodas, and $2 hot dogs at 612 Saturdays. Presented by Carbliss and Bally Sports North. 612 Saturdays here at Target Field, the place to be for fun, food, and great memories. Get your tickets now at twins.com/tickets. Juan Soto has struck out and flied out tonight. Lopez coming off his first 1-2-3 inning at a 9-pitch 4th. Soto dealt from San Diego to New York. And where will this guy play in 2025?
My money's on he's going to be in the same uniform. Well, they tried to sign him. Made an offer to him in spring training and didn't work out. They're not going to make that trade and get 1 year and let him walk.
A lot of money invested in guys like Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge and Stanton. Full count. And there is Aaron Judge lurking. Fouled back, took a big cut there. And a fastball at 96. And seeing power throughout the game from stars is not abnormal, but what stands out with Soto is the elite discipline, high on base percentage.
Yep.
You don't see the swing and miss at the same rate you do often with power hitters in the game. But right on cue, what does he do? He strikes out swinging and slams the bat down to the ground as Lopez beats him for the second time tonight by strikes.
Really well located fastball up above the zone. Pablo got him in the zone in his first at bat and probably left it a little closer to the middle than he wanted to. Got Soto to chase there, which you don't see often. Frustrates Soto.
Lopez now with 3 strikeouts. Judge is homered and doubled. And that one stayed middle. That breaking ball, 0-2.
That little head shake from Judge right there tells you he wants that one back.
To left center field, deep in the gap. Castro overrunning, won't get this one. Another 0-2 hit, and Aaron Judge has his second double and his third extra base hit tonight.
He missed it on 0-1, a curveball. That one a sweeper. Kind of just spun. He's just so long. That ball's outer half of the plate. Full extension. He's able to get the barrel to it.
And that last breaking ball did not have much depth. Stayed up, and Judge with his third hit, and now Verdugo strike one. The Yankees have a new hitting coach this season. Familiar face and name. There's James Rowson as the Twins hitting coach. Yep, 17, 18, 19. The Bomba squad in 19. And that guy played a pivotal part for that memorable team offensively. He was with the Tigers last season as an assistant hitting coach. Before that was in charge. He left the Twins after 2019 to run the hitting program for the Miami Marlins organization.
Yep. Big
leagues throughout their minor league system. Did that for a couple of years. Verdugo slices one to left. Kirilloff will make the catch, and there are 2 down. It was fun going down memory lane, though, with James Rowson about the 2019 Twins team earlier tonight. And a guy in particular we spoke about was Max Kepler. And looking at what Max is doing this season, what he did the second half of last year, James reminded me, he's like, that's the dude that I saw in 2019.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Kep's been on a pretty good run. Almost a full season now.
Byron Buxton signed his contract, his long-term contract, just before the lockout began. This would have been the winter of 2021.
Yep.
And James Rowson lives in Florida, and he was not working with the Twins, but he flew all the way to Minneapolis just to be here for Byron Buxton when he signed his deal. And Byron had his press conference here at the ballpark, and the lockout began the next day.
Yeah.
And yeah, Rowson said, "Hey, Byron, we worked together for a long time. All that time spent in the cage. This is a big day for him, and I want to be here to support him."
Kind of guy he is. Got to spend some time with him my last year. Always has a smile on his face, positive attitude, and it's good to see him back in the cage as a hitting coach. He's got this Yankee lineup in a good spot.
Judge at second, 2 down. Stanton has an RBI, 2 at bats tonight. That's the breaking ball he was trying to throw Judge, right? That location?
Well, I tell you what, he left that one spin into Judge, and that's 4 that he's thrown since. 2 really good ones of Verdugo that he took. Don't think he saw the spin on him. And first pitch to Stanton, and that one right there, nasty. think that hanger to Judge is sticking with him a little bit.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Stanton. Check swing. Did not go. And that draws some emotion from the Twins' first base dugout. So Stanton. Another chance here. See Rocco frustrated. Towards the hole. Correa slides, bobbles, picks it up, and will keep Judge at third base. And Stanton is out for the second time tonight. If Correa comes up with that, I think he's looking at third base to see if Judge took a wide turn there. I don't think he had thoughts about first, but maybe the lead runner.
I'm with you. Stanton sniffed a base hit there. He ran about as hard as he'll run, but there was nobody at third base. So I think Correa just knocked it down, and no play anywhere, I think, whether he feels that cleanly or not.
The Twins did not get the call there on the check swing, so Stanton is out, and now Rizzo. 2 on, 2 out. Nice save on a changeup by Jeffers. Seen some damage done on Pablo's breaking pitches tonight. Rizzo, much better numbers against breaking balls this year than last year. Seventh best in baseball, and tonight 4 out of 9. As Jeffers now heads out for a mound visit.
This is a good visit here to just give Pablo a breather. Let him take a sec. I think you can get steamed about the non-check swing call. Then he gets a base hit, you know, and Pablo got the result he was looking for. A weak ground ball, just hitting the right spot. And this is a big pitch here. 2-0. I think Jeffers wants to make sure that his pitcher is ready.
Splits on Lopez are nearly identical in terms of OPS. 637 righties, 633 lefties. But this guy may have the green light here. 3-0. And the Twins get a low strike there. Many of those have gone against the Twins, and now they get one on their side here.
They were thinking right along with you. A 3-0 changeup. Jeffers stealing a strike.
Jammed. Miranda plays the spin and throws him out, and Lopez works out of it and keeps his team in this game. Twins down 3 coming up. Twins coming up bottom 5, trailing by 3. Get out and play with the Minnesota Lottery. Say I'm in and scan the QR code for a chance to join the Minnesota Lottery's winner circle and win $50 in scratch tickets. Jose Miranda 0 for his last 11. Leads off the 5th. And this is a fair ball. Trevino pounces, picks, and throws him out. Eddie Julian, a double in 2 at-bats. He's hit safely now in 6 straight games. As he told Justin Morneau before the game during that great segment about his pregame routine, huge fan of the tee to start his day. Got jammed here. And Torres throws out Julian, so a couple of weakly hit balls in play. Miranda, Julian, and there are 2 down. Larnach coming up, but first we pause for this message from Great Clips. Larnach 0 for 2. Samir Stroman picked up his pace here a little bit, his tempo.
You know, I was just thinking that because Julian got in the box and there was 10 seconds left on the clock and Stroman was already ready to make the pitch.
I got a piece of Larnach's foot. It's a foul ball.
Yeah, he's throwing the pitch. Kind of staying in the Mark Burley rectangle. It's about 3 feet wide and 6 feet long down from the rubber. Just don't leave that little 18 square foot home.
Much like Louis Varland too.
Yeah, throw a pitch, get it back, back pedal.
Two and 2 on Larnach, and now time taken. Now the Twins DH haven't seen Larnach play much outfield. Began the season hurt, dealt with turf toe, and is still bothered by that sore foot. That's why Larnach, when he is playing, he's pretty much DHing. Saw him play once in the outfield this past week, but not too often. And Larnach draws a walk. Did not chase downstairs. And that denies Stroman a 1-2-3 inning. And there's walk number 3 for Stroman tonight. And here comes Ryan Jeffers.
Man. I'm just staying there if I'm Stroman. Getting an inch off, an inch below. Tough to hit when he's getting those pitches. I mentioned it early on. He's not a strike thrower. He's trying to hit corners and off. And when he's getting an inch, 2 inches the way he is, good enough command, I guess, to stay there. Force the Twins to have to swing at those pitches.
Look go. Jeffers tonight starting his 20th game behind the plate. Christian Vazquez 22 starts. And Jeffers, though, he's been the DH often. As we saw last night, he's had 12 starts as the DH. Now 3-1. There's Christian Vazquez. Will likely be behind the plate for Joe Ryan. Day game tomorrow. Good count here for Jeffers. Tommy knocked it down and makes a new friend. So Larnach will be moving. Now get foul. Does the slurve break much differently in today's game than the sweeper? Do they have similar characteristics?
They're similar pitches. That slider, sweeper, slurve are so close.
On the ground is second. And Torres makes the play. We'll talk about that a bit more. Twins lead one, still down 3. Twins down 3-0. Yankees 3 runs on 10 hits. And speaking of the Yankees offense tonight, let's take a look at StatCast powered by Google Cloud. 7 of the 10 hits tonight, Glenn Perkins, have come with 2 strikes.
Yeah, and that's frustrating as a pitcher. You get to where you want to be, you're in an attack count. And just the command for Pablo just off tonight enough where he's missing by a ball here, a ball there. Not getting it on the corner, not getting it just off the plate. The Yankees, to their credit, not chasing either. It's frustrating as a pitcher when you get to 2 strikes, you're not able to put that hitter away.
And despite all that, Lopez, he's keeping his team in the game. I mean, yes, it's the 6th inning. Twins have only 2 hits, but down 3 runs. Line to left, and Kirilloff makes the catch here on that hard hit ball off the bat of Torres. I mean, there have been opportunities where the Yankees were hit or 2 from a crooked number. A single tally in the first 3 innings.
Yeah, and really 3 earned runs for Pablo. I think could have been 2. You could make a good argument that the 1 run that scored, and Castro forgot how many outs there are. So yeah, you look at the line, 5 1/3, 10 hits, 3 runs, but he has limited damage.
Trevino to shallow right. Kepler had him positioned perfectly. And there are 2 down, so Funderburk was warming up. 2 up, 2 down. Here are the Yankees 6th. And now Cabrera. As Rocco picks up the phone. Lopez at 90 pitches. Twins will have Kepler, Correa, Castro coming up in the 6th. To shallow left, and a 5-pitch quick 6th for Pablo. Twins baseball on Valley Sports is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Ford. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. Welcome back to Target Field. Twins up, bottom 6. Still down 3-0. Only 2 hits tonight. Max Kepler has flied out twice, to right and to left. Rolls this one to Torres. 1 out. The contact the Twins are making off Stroman has worsened.
Yeah,
I
was just looking at the fly balls, the ground balls, and I know I mentioned early on in the game the first 4 outs in the air, but now the last 4 outs on the ground, all jam shot, end of the bat, little topper from Miranda right in front of home plate.
As Correa pops this one up. Stroman that time pumped his leg in the air, tried to mess with the timing of Correa, and quickly 2 down here in the 6th inning.
It worked.
I think Castro has to take a pitch here. Let's go back to the pitch to Correa. Kick, pause.
Well, so you see, and you see what Correa did. So his foot comes up a little bit, not entirely up, but you see he's getting his swing started, and then he sees Stroman kind of pump fake, and so then he puts his foot back down. Then when Stroman actually starts going home, Correa starts his leg kick.
Up the middle and right to Stroman. And the inning is over. A 5-pitch sixth for Stroman.
Taking a look at our Grand Casino story of the game, a 3-0 lead still for the Yankees behind a big night of Aaron Judge, 2 doubles and a home run. Eddie Julian extending his hit streak to 6 straight games, 1 of just 2 hits on the night for the Twins so far. And a tough night for Pablo Lopez, some frustration, the 2-strike hitting, of course, a big storyline here with the Yankees. And those 10 hits tying the most he has allowed in a single game here in a Twins uniform, guys.
Audra, thank you, but Lopez does begin the 7th, top of the order. Volpe, Soto, and Judge due up. Volpe 0 for 2 with a sac fly RBI tonight. Good pitch, 95. On his 95th pitch.
Struck him out on a curveball last at bat. Out of the zone. One of the few chases we've seen.
Sharply to short and Correa. 1 out. It's 5 in a row retired now by Pablo. And Soto is coming up. Left-handed hitter. And the lefty Funderburk looks like he is coming in. And Lopez had a battle tonight against this tough lineup, and I'll say it again, he kept his team in the game.
Yeah, it's a nice outing by Pablo Lopez into the 7th inning.
Well, he's been acknowledging the Pablo section down the right field line as he has left these starts, and he's looking that way, and a nod and a smile to that group here at Target Field. Pablo Lopez, his night is over, recording 1 out here in the 7th. 10 hits, 3 runs, no walks. He struck out 3, and now it's the Twins bullpen. Lefty Cody Funderburk is on to see Juan Soto. Beat him up with a slider.
Well, you don't want to look at who's on deck. You got to focus on this hitter here. You've got the platoon matchup. Lefty on lefty here. Get him, then you can worry about the next guy.
We saw Funderburk last over the weekend in Toronto
against Vlad.
He pitched well in that Sunday game before the Twins added some runs late. Came in big spot, inning and 2/3 scoreless against some hot hitters.
Yep. Well, and Rocco likes him against righties. And he's said if anything, trying to get that breaking ball over against lefties is something that Funderburk still needs to work on.
3-1 count. Strike 2 is Soto. And sights set on his 670th career walk. Just wonder what that conversation is like. Soto chatting with Jeffers. 3-2 count. Rip to right. Kepler will turn. That's going to be off the wall and takes a big bounce back into right field. Soto is going to round and hold on near second base. So Funderburk fell behind, and Soto greets him with a one-out double.
That ball took a bounce that Kepler wasn't expecting. I don't think there's anybody that plays this right field better than Max. Yeah, and that ball hit that part of the wall that starts kind of jogs towards center field. So Kepler a little bit of an overrun. I think he was trying to get to that ball and see if he could hold Soto at first.
Twins have not retired Judge yet tonight. A homer, 2 doubles. He has scored 2 of the 3 New York runs. Smack to center. Castro in, now going back. It's over his head. Soto will score. Aaron Judge 4 for 4, 3 doubles and a home run. 4-0.
Tommy Watkins had the pitching machine out here before batting practice, and he was shooting line drives from right around home plate straight at the outfielders in center field. They had that thing cranked up to work on fly balls exactly like this. The ball right at center field. Hard one to judge, but your instinct has to be first step back. It's easier to come in than it is to go back. You're going to get hurt when the ball goes over your head. You've got to be able to go back first, react in. Tough break for Cody.
Aaron Judge, his first career game with 3 doubles. Now Castro, he has seen the most playing time in center in the absence of Byron Buxton. And this is on the ground to third. Miranda throws out Verdugo, and there are 2 down. And speaking of Byron Buxton, let's take a look at our Health Partners Sports Update. Byron did begin a rehab assignment tonight down the street in St. Paul, playing center field. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. He's been out since early May due to right knee inflammation, but he's back playing in center field tonight. The plan for Buxton to play again tomorrow, and then reassess when the Twins begin a road trip in Cleveland on Friday.
All I'm hoping to hear is that he came out of it and he feels good. He's able to run around out in center field. The bat will come around. They need him out in center field.
Yeah, no question. And Castro struggled last night. Another rough night tonight. Oh, and 2 on Stanton. He has 2 hits. To short, Correa throws him out. That one left to bat at 112. Yankees add 1 more. 4-0 as we stretch. Twins down 4, coming up bottom 7. Here's tonight's roll age relief stats, and among the best bullpens in terms of ERA this season, the Yankees second only to Cleveland, whom the Twins will see next in Ohio starting on Friday. Twins not too shabby, upper half of all of baseball at 3.65, but we'll see a good one here. Luke Weaver, been around a long time, second year in New York, and he's been a strong arm out of the Yankee pen.
Yeah, he's riding a 15 1/3 scoreless inning streak right now, so big part of this Yankee bullpen. Most game late, and we saw some of their good relievers last night. They finished up with Holmes. Another one right here, 4-seam fastball, cutter, changeup.
Weaver was starting games as recently as last year. Cincinnati, 21 starts, even made 1 start with Seattle. Had 3 starts with the Yankees. But he has been a bullpen arm for New York this season. Santana takes inside. Carlos is 0 for 2. Strikeout, and he's flied out to left. Look out. Nearly clipped him there. Weaver, as a Yankee, is throwing his cutter much more than he was in the past.
Well, he's a guy only twice this year thrown 1 inning. Multi-inning reliever. He's out there to get more than 3 outs.
A guy that doesn't have just one set inning role with this team, that he'll move around. And Santana strikes out. 95 running inside. Register now for the Twins girls baseball camp at CHS Field. It's 3 days of baseball fun, July 16th through the 18th. Sign up at playballmn.com.
Well, we were talking about it last night, Corey. The Yankees kind of finding hidden gems for that bullpen, and he's another one right here. 29 games last year, 25 starts, a 6.40 ERA.
Kirilloff sends one high and deep into the Minnesota sky, but in the ballpark for Soto. 2 down. Miranda 0 for 2, now hitless over his last 12 at bats. Weaver was drafted by St. Louis. First round pick 10 years ago. I guess if you're going to be a Yankee and you're going to throw out of the bullpen, you have to throw a cutter, right? it's mandatory.
Well, the sweeper was the talk of baseball a couple of years ago. I think that overshadowed how many guys now throw cutters. It's a pitch you just did not see really at all 10-15 years ago. Few and far between.
Nice swing from Miranda. Lines a base hit to right, a 2-out knock here in the 7th. Twins have just their 3rd base hit and their first single since the 4th inning.
And it was the Yankees a couple years ago that went breaking ball crazy. 4-seam fastball there. Miranda got on top of that one. Weaver's got good carry on that fastball.
Julian 1 for 3 with a double. He's hit safely in 6 straight games. It's an odd follow through. Was that I'm swinging but unsure there?
We're going to have to check Statcast. That might have been a sword.
A pitching ninja. Rob Friedman's sword.
Made mainstream.
Nothing at 2. And the inning is over. So Weaver comes in, strikes out 2 in a scoreless 7th. Twins baseball on Valley Sports is brought to you by Grand Casino. Let your story begin. And by Luther Auto. Shop the Twin Cities' largest selection of vehicles at lutherauto.com. With Audra Martin, Glenn Perkins. Producer John Stroh, director Matt Laxonen. Corey Provis tonight from beautiful Target Field inside the Dick Bramer television booth. We thank you for joining us. 4-0, 8th inning. Funderburk to Rizzo. Pitch there, 95, some sink.
That's nasty. Saw a cutter at 94 last inning. You can work with that.
And Funderburk, one of many, when the Twins said when the season began, he made the opening day roster for the first time, but likely will need more than one inning. And now Rizzo, chase, good sequence there, strikes out the Yankee first baseman.
Set up by that hard sinker, down and in. And he's able to land the breaking ball where he wants it. And Rizzo had no idea what to do there.
Now Gleyber Torres, who is 1 for 3. Yeah, with the 3-batter minimum in today's game, it's so rare, and teams really can't afford to have just a true lefty only specialist now in their bullpen. Fair?
Yeah, well, yeah, and with just the way that they limit pitchers on rosters too, so you need guys that can get multiple hitters out, and yeah, I mean, there's the rare occasion two outs where you may be able to get away with a pitcher finishing an inning and then he's just out. But what do you do if that guy that he comes in to face gets on? You've got to be able to get your opposite-handed hitter out. And yeah, it's more important now than it ever has been. That 3-batter minimum. I think it's obviously good to keep the game moving along, to avoid those mid-inning pitching changes, but makes the game better when you have guys that have to be able to do different things. You got to have some versatility. Nothing wrong with that. The Twins, I actually think all three of their guys, they don't mind having them out there against right-handed batters, and that's the way it needs to be.
Full count now on Torres. As Funderburk asked for new baseball. The rosin bag. And that is ball 4. Due appeal, he did not go, so Torres draws a walk. Let's take a look at this last pitch, ball 4 from high atop.
Yeah, I see what Funderburk was saying.
Runner goes, pitch to strike, throw down to second base, and drop by Julian. A one-hop throw from Jeffers. If Eddie hangs on, Torres is out.
Yeah, they had him.
4th stolen base for Torres.
Late jump by Torres. The throw was right there, and Eddie, you see that. He knows he should have had him.
Line foul. Trevino tonight 1 for 3. Batting average isn't everything to define a player's success or lack thereof, but if you're at the bottom of this Yankee lineup and if you're pushing in the high 200s and you're getting on base as the lineup turns over, that's going to lead to good things for this Yankee offense. This one beats Funderburk on the charge. Julian will glove, throw him out. Good play. Torres to third, 2 down.
Funderburk almost made the play. He's fallen the wrong way. Just missed it, and then Eddie, good hard charge. Santana was ready for that throw.
Glenn, as I'm watching Julian charge this baseball, I thought for a second he was thinking maybe glove to glove, but that was too far away.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think he realized where he was at.
To third, Miranda on a bounce, plants, good arm. Inning over. Yankees don't score, lead 1. 2, 3, and 4 coming up in the 8th, down 4.
Twins trail the Yankees by 4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC. Did that sign say somebody came all the way from Germany?
To see Max?
Yeah. I'm assuming so.
He's due up 3rd this inning. Larnach has walked, struck out, and lined out tonight. Luke Weaver back out as he threw a scoreless 7th. And now 0-2 on Larnach. Twins bullpen. Righty Josh Stallman. The scoreless 1-2-3 9th last night. And Larnach strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. You see pitchers, and Weaver just did this a moment ago, and chuck the baseball out. The first thing that he's feeling for that he doesn't like, what would that be?
Probably seams. If there's high seams, low seams, I don't know what he prefers. And then the second thing, I don't know if it's the same now, but a couple of years ago when they were going through the whole ball change thing, you would see guys get a ball and you could kind of squeeze it and feel if it was a softball or a hard ball, and the pitchers of course want the softball. Softer feeling ball, and if it's not that, it's the seams. Are they even? And then obviously if they're protruding from the ball at all, or if they're flat. Every baseball feels a little bit different.
Saw today that Ronel Blanco, who threw a no-hitter for the Astros earlier this season, was forced out of his start last night because of a substance that the umpires deemed was not right, not legal, and today was handed down a 10-game suspension.
Saw that. And they cracked down on that.
You think we'll ever get to a point where the ball is already?
Well, I know they have them over
pre-tacked?
Japan or Korea, where they're using like a pre-tacked ball.
That's outside, so Jeffers draws a walk. So 1 on, 1 out, Twins down 4. Kepler coming up, make an entrance at Target Field just like Joan Duran on Saturday, May 25th. The first 10,000 fans through these gates receive a bobblehead of electric closing. Pitcher Joan Duran. I've seen these. These are very cool. For tickets, visit twins.com/tickets. There is the man. Haven't seen him yet in this series. As Kepler takes off, but getting back to a pre-tacked ball. I think we'll get there at some point, or no?
Man, there's things that MLB is willing to change, and there's things that they're very resistant to change, and I feel like that, at least in the short midterm, I don't see it happening. And I think that the crackdown on the substance, you know, sticky stuff, has worked for the most part. Guys are always going to try to find ways around it. But it just opens up a whole nother can of worms with ball flight. All of those things. It just seems like, I don't know. I would lean no. You never know 10 years down the road what comes out, what technology there is, but it seems like they're at least on the right path now.
2-2 on Kepler. 1 out, 1 out, bottom 8. Twins need base runners here. Jeffers walked. Kepler yet to reach. Somehow, some way tonight. Correa, see him left side of your screen. He is on deck. And now time taken. We'll do it again. Fought off the changeup. Lefty Caleb Ferguson, ERA over 6, is warming up. Yeah, Weaver just walked Jeffers. He doesn't walk many. Just a 4% walk rate entering his outing tonight. Again, the 3-2. Line to center field, a base hit. So 2 on, 1 out. And Correa's coming up.
Good at bat by Max. Cutter. Finally got a pitch up in the zone, and good swing, line drive right back up the middle.
Left to bat at nearly 105. And Matt Blake, pitching coach, out. The talk with Weaver. The entire Yankee infield joins in. Carlos Correa hitting .240 with runners in scoring position. Twins are 0 for 5 in that category tonight and 0 for 11 thus far in the series. Correa with a base hit. And that came with the 4th. He's reached on an error and also popped out. Speed with that cutter from Weaver, it varies. We've seen some high 80s, that one 92. And now Correa takes his timeout. Chop to third. A glove, a step, a throw across, and the inning is over. A 5-3 inning-ending double play ends the Twins rally right there. Twins had some traffic against Luke Weaver, but an inning-ending double play. And the Yankee lead remains at 4 as we start the 9th, and we say hello to Josh Stallman for the 2nd time in this series.
Back-to-back days for the first time this year. Pitched once on 1-day rest, handful of times on 2 days rest, but back-to-back here. First opportunity for Stallman. He's looked good so far. Throws a lot of sliders, as you can see. He's got a good one. Liked what I've seen from Stallman so far. Small sample, 3 1/3 innings this year.
And the guy, when he was with Kansas City, the Twins never hit. For a couple of years, he would come in over the top delivery, and they just never were able to do much against him. And the Twins, as Volpe chased the low slider, did just that.
Well, he hides the ball well. Consistent delivery, release point.
Line to right and down, a base hit. Now, bullpen roles for many evolve, and depending on how you do, the situation changes. When you pitch, where you pitch, and it's a fluid situation. You know, Brock Stewart's down still for a while. Of course, Griffin Jacks, Juan Duran, but heck, when Brock Stewart joined the team early last season, he wasn't throwing in the 7th, 8th inning right away in tight games.
You got to earn it. And you earn it by going out there putting up zeros like Stallman has done, showing that he's healthy enough to pitch back-to-back days. And I think this is another test for him and Rocco. Pete Mackey want to see how he bounces back. How's your stuff on that second day?
Pick off play and just back in safely. As Volpe, among the league leaders in stolen bases with 8, had 9 on his mind. And Stallman to Santana, close play, and Rocco says play on.
Very close. Volpe likes to get kind of a walking, shuffling lead, get some momentum going towards second base, and that one very close to being perfectly timed.
Stays. Soto sends it foul. Get foul after getting a piece of Soto's foot. The Twins have only been shut out one time all year, and that was game 3 of the season. Almost Bailey Ober's worst start. Twins lost 11-0 in Kansas City back on March 31st. Foul. Hop that time from Stallman off the mound.
He just lost that pitch. A little bit, wanted it to be a little more competitive, that high and away fastball. Trying to get that right by the strike zone.
Another pickoff play and another close one. That's the second throw over, the second disengagement.
This is like the exact same thing that happened the first time.
So no challenge here by the Twins, so many that Volpe, he can enhance that lead a bit more, and if Stallman throws over a third time and does not pick him off, it is ruled a balk, and Volpe will be given second base because of that ruling. Stays. 2-2 up the middle. Correa, great pick on the short hop, steps, throws, double play. Awesome turn by Correa on a ball that left Soto's bat at 110 miles an hour. Correa made a magnificent pick, took it to the bag to force out Volpe, and then the cannon to first, and that's a pretty double play turn by C4.
Unbelievable play. The hop, the throw, platinum glove sort of play right there. You see that platinum shining on his glove when he's running to second base.
And then the hurdle too over the sliding Volpe.
Incredible.
Aaron Judge has not been retired tonight. 4 for 4, 3 doubles and a home run. He went. He's never had a 5-hit game. How about that?
Keep it that way.
Tonight his first ever game with 3 doubles in 1 game. And now with 2 strikes, Jeffers and Stallman want to be on the same page here. Let's go back to this Correa play one more time.
We always talk about how he makes plays look easy. He makes hard plays look routine, and I don't want to say that looked routine, but such a difficult play. That ball hopped off the mound. He had to short hop that thing, a high hop. Recovers, gets the out at second, and then that arm cannon.
One ball, 2 strikes on Judge. Ooh, where's that? That has been a strike so often tonight.
All night.
And not here. There's a pause there from Jeffers. Stallman, he paused.
The umpire established the strike zone throughout this game. That's been a strike.
Three and 2 on Judge. We'll do it again. Twins in the 9th inning will have Castro, Santana, and Kirilloff due up should anybody reach Miranda's scheduled 4th. Back-to-back sliders and back-to-back 3-2 foul balls.
5 straight sliders. First pitch slider, fastball, 5 straight sliders. There's a sequence right there.
It's the 8th pitch coming up. Just 1 fastball to the first 7. Changed the tempo and now walked him. That time Stallman picked things up a little bit but missed down low, and Judge draws a 2-out walk. 5th time he has reached tonight.
Part of the reason he's never had a 5-hit game. Draws too many walks.
Verdugo 2 for 4 tonight, a double and a single. In the air to left and in the ballpark for Kirilloff. And the inning is over. Last chance, bottom 9. It'll be Castro, Santana, and Kirilloff coming up. Last chance for the Twins. Got some rally hats on, some rally ponchos. And new pitcher on for the Yankees is lefty Caleb Ferguson.
7 of his last 8 appearances scoreless. But when he got scored upon, grand slam. ERA bloated. 4-seamer cutter. Got switch, lefty. Castro and Santana, will see what they do when Kirilloff gets up.
And velocity for Ferguson will be around 93, 94. Castro 0 for 2 of the walk. And there's 93 running inside. Castro without a hit tonight. He had hit safely in 6 straight games before tonight, and now is down 0-2. Yankees won last night 5-1. Twins no runs on 4 hits tonight. One down. Stay tuned for Twins Live coming up. That'll follow us shortly with Anthony and Katie. Recap this one tonight. We'll hear from Rocco Baldelli. Stay tuned. Twins Live momentarily right here from Target Field on Bally Sports. Carlos Santana is 0 for 3. Quick turnaround tomorrow day game to wrap up this series and this brief homestand. 12:10 first pitch. Twins Live starts at 11:30. And Joe Ryan against Clark Schmidt. As a thought, Glenn Margot looks like he will bat for Kirilloff. One and two. Full count. Santana hammers one to left field and deep. Back it goes towards the wall, and it's caught right near the Joe Mauer sign. 2 down.
Had a couple balls in this series that I thought were gone off the bat. This was another one. It looked like he got that one maybe just a little bit in off the sweet spot, but ball not carrying.
Last chance. Manuel Margot officially announced here for Kirilloff. Margot started last night. 1 for 3. Twins in danger of dropping back-to-back games for the first time since they lost 5 straight games. April 14th through the 19th. Well, down to their final strike.
Yeah, 2 pretty well pitched ball games by the Yankee starters. Rodon last night. Stroman tonight. Held this Twins lineup. They've been hot and they've been held in check.
The 1-2 hit weakly towards short. Third baseman cuts in front, and that is Cabrera making the play, and the Yankees shut out the Twins 4-0. They've taken the first 2 games in this series. Aaron Judge was on base 5 times. And the Twins offense shut out for just the 2nd time all year. 4-0 the final. Twins and Yankees wrap things up a day game here at Target Field tomorrow.
Pablo threw the ball well. Just no love from the Twins offense tonight. You got to tip your cap to this Yankees pitching staff. They did a very nice job these last 2 nights.
Final score, Yankees 4, Twins nothing. Stay tuned. Twins Live postgame with Anthony and Katie is coming up in just a moment.